4 videos, $160,000 a month, organic, just off of YouTube. Here's the exact strategy. So this over here is my client, JJ Hernandez. Before he came to me, it's not like his channel was, underperforming. It's not like he was inconsistent. Rather, it was actually just like completely dead. He hadn't posted on YouTube in 3 months, 0 videos, hadn't made any money, hadn't booked any sales calls. And he's not necessarily someone who was just starting out his offer or just starting out in the space either. He runs a program called Sales.io. He's closed well over $20 million in high ticket sales. He's worked with guys like Hermozi, Iman Gadzhi, some of the biggest names in the space. And I'm not talking about, just working with them as a setter or a closer. He was a sales manager for Iman. He placed closers on Hermozi's team directly. He has a ton of credibility and it was there. It's just that his channel wasn't being, his YouTube channel just wasn't being used, right? And then when he came on with me, our first month, we posted 4 videos, and in April, the revenue he made, all from YouTube, was $160,000. 98K of that was cash collected, directly attributed to YouTube, and that's B2C alone, by the way. The B2B deals on top of that are a separate conversation. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how those 4 videos did that. The specific strategic thinking behind each one, why we chose those topics in that order, and what you can take from this and apply to your own channel to make you a shit ton of money for either your info product or B2B service. Because the number isn't the interesting part, right? The interesting part is how deliberate every single decision was. Nothing random, every video had a job, right? We weren't just making random video ideas that we were pulling out of our ass, right? But anyway, enough said, let's get straight into it. So, part 1, the problem with most dead channels. Before I get into the videos itself and the specific videos we made and why, I want to address something because I know what most people do when their channel has been sitting dead for 3 months. They ease back in, they post something safe, a tips video, I'm back video, something that requires minimal risk and minimal thinking, something to just, get the consistency going again, right? But that thinking is completely wrong. Here's the reality. When your channel's been silent for 3 months, honestly, even if you're just starting out too as well on YouTube with 0 videos posted, your audience hasn't been waiting for you. They've moved on, right? The algorithm has forgotten you exist. So what do you need to do? You don't ease back in, you come back with a bang, right? You come back with something that gives people a genuine reason to watch, share, and come back for more. And the only way to do that is to start with the question every agency owner, every info product creator, every coach gets wrong before they post a single video. And you wanna know what that question is? It's what job does this video have? Not what do I wanna say, not what I thought of in the shower, not what's trending. What job does this video have in moving my viewer from a stranger to a book sales call? That's the framework. Now let me show you exactly how we applied it across 4 videos. So video 1, the origin story video that closed us B2B deals. The first video we did for JJ when we started up with him was a long form podcast style sit down. Basically him telling his full story, how he built a 40K a month agency, why he dropped it to go work for Hermozi as a setter, being a setter for 2 weeks before they moved him to closing. As you can see here, 12K views, it's actually at a lot more right now. And then basically covering how he went from there to Iman's team, to managing some of the biggest sales teams in the space, to building Sales.io. And here's the reason why this was the right first video, not any of the others, not, here's where I've been, not a here's I'm back video. The reason we did this is before anyone buys from JJ, before they book a call with Sales.io, before they even consider having him train their sales team, they need to answer one question. Does this person actually know what they're talking about at a level that justifies me paying attention? And the reason why we did this podcast video was because it answers that question perfectly, right? The origin story answers that question. It's not a tips video, it's not a sales pitch, it's proof of journey. And when that journey includes dropping a 40K a month agency to go learn from the best sales operation in the info space because he saw someone lose a client to a program charging 4 times more and realized there was something about sales he didn't understand yet, that's a story that makes people stop mid-scroll. That's a story that people choose to click on, and it's a story that makes them pay attention, makes them keep watching, right? And makes them feel like they're watching someone genuinely exceptional. And here's the thing about this video that most people would miss. It didn't just attract B2C leads, right? It didn't just attract closers who want to get better or people who want to get started in high ticket sales. It also attracted a B2B audience, the people who run serious businesses, who have a team of salespeople underperforming, who need someone to come in and fix their entire operation. Those people watched this video and thought, this is the guy I need. This video right here closed us some B2B deals as well as B2C. And that's how we set up the second video. Going into that, video video 2, the B2B play nobody talks about. The second video we did was a client interview with Dr. Michael Diamond. He has like 2.1 million subscribers, crazy big. He's like an actual doctor. And JJ basically ran his sales team and he got him exceptional results. Before working with JJ, his team only had a close rate of 20%, afterwards 42%. So he doubled his close rate, right? And JJ, through managing his sales team, made him go from 100K a month to 200 to 250K a month. That's the result. And you know, the reason why we did this is because we also want to attract B2B leads, right? JJ does both sales management and he does B2C. And this video works perfectly for B2B because it proves the system works for high-level operators. This video was second and not later in the sequence because, you know, the first one establishes credibility through his own story, but, you know, there's a specific buyer, the business owner with a team, the founder who's tired of being the only one on the phones, the person running a 100K a month operation who knows their sales process is a ceiling. That buyer doesn't need to believe in JJ. They need to see someone exactly like them who already worked with JJ and got results. And Mike Diamond was that person, right? This was pretty much like the perfect testimonial video to post, right? And what Mike said in this video, and I'm quoting it directly because I want you to hear this because it's the most important thing in the video, is that what made Sales.io different wasn't scripts, it was frameworks, right? It was teaching his team how to actually think about a sales conversation, not just what to say. His doctors became better coaches because of the sales training. That's the proof that this isn't just about closing tactics, it's a completely different level of thinking about sales entirely. And this video worked because, you know, it spoke to the B2B prospect directly, right? And the craziest part is that it was a client interview. It was a bottom of funnel client interview. It only got about like 500 views, but guess how much money JJ made from that video? I don't know how much exact month to date, but I remember we closed one deal from that video and it was a 15K deal. So client interviews can print you money too as well if they're done. And also if you run a B2B offer and you're also running B2C at the same time, those can work for you, whatchamacallit, on the same channel. Like this over here, this spoke more so to the B2C audience, but this one spoke to the B2B. Two completely different buyers. They're both getting pulled deeper into the funnel simultaneously because, you know, the content cross-pollinates, right? Most people never really think about this when they plan their content. But anyway, moving on. Part 4, video 3, the format nobody was doing. The third video was the most unique thing we did, and honestly, I'm the most proud of this one because it's an absolute banger. JJ versus 10 high-ticket sales closers doing between 10 and 30K a month, live debate format. We took this as inspiration from the 1v10 format that Brez was doing, but we saw nobody did it in high-ticket sales, so we moved on it immediately. We covered 10 of the most controversial topics in sales. Are sellers more valuable than closers? Do attractive people close more deals? Are women better at sales than men? Is hard selling dead? Yada, yada, yada. It was just a really good video because one, it was based off a winning format, but also there was a gap in the market, right? If 10 other people had already rinsed it, there was no need to do it. But because no one had covered it yet, we decided, fuck it, let's do it. This is why you need a team. You need someone who's able to look at these winning formats and other niches and apply it to your own. And the strategic thinking behind this one, it's not just because, oh, we saw, you know, this worked for Brez, let's try it. You know, by this point in the sequence, the viewer's seen JJ's story, they've seen a high-level client result, they believe in him, but belief isn't enough to book a call. They need to see him operating in real time, under pressure, challenged by people who disagree with him, having to defend his positions in the moment, right? And the debate format does something no scripted video can do. It shows how someone thinks when they can't prepare, and JJ's ability to take a contrarian position, hear the other side genuinely, find the nuance, and land on something more sophisticated than either starting position. That's what makes people think this is someone I want in my corner. Guys, if your content agency is just making you do scripted videos, if they don't do videos where you're a bit more raw and a bit more authentic on camera and able to free flow, you should fire them, right? It's not just about, you know, scripted videos. Sometimes you need to switch it up. And like I said earlier, right? Nobody else in the high ticket sales space was doing this format. Everyone was posting talking head tips videos, and the 1v10 debate was completely different, and it showed. It absolutely ripped. It's at way more views right now. But anyway, finally, part 5, video 4, the bottom of funnel piece that closed everything. Fourth video was 61 minutes of sales psychology, no debate, no interview, no origin story, just JJ going deep on the frameworks that separates 10K a month closers from 50K a month closers. This video was not designed to go viral. It's not designed to attract new people to the channel, but it was designed for one specific type of person, you know, someone who's already watched the first 3 videos, already believes in JJ, maybe they've been on the channel for a while, they've been a subscriber, they're already seriously considering working with him, and they just need a final reason to commit. And that was video 4's job, right? Close the serious buyer. And here's what these longer videos do that a 15-minute one can't. It eliminates every remaining doubt. You know, by the time someone watches that video, they spend over an hour with JJ's thinking. They understand the framework at a level that makes them realize how much they don't know. And the gap between where they are and where they want to be is so clear that the CT at the end, you know, book a call, work with me, feels like the obvious step rather than just a random pitch. And that's what bottom of funnel content is supposed to do. Not close on behalf of the video, but set up the sales call so perfectly that the call itself is more so just an order taking call, right? And, you know, that was a lot. Obviously, it seemed kind of disjointed with us just going through the different parts, but here's why the sequence proved that result and not just any 4 like random standalone videos. Every video, all 4 of these, answered a different objection in the buyer's journey. Video 1 answered, can I trust this person? Have they actually done this? Video 2 answered, does this work for someone at my level in my situation? Video 3 answered, how does this person think under pressure? Is he actually as good as he seems? Right? That's why raw videos like that are good, not just because it's a winning format. Video 4 answered, do I understand enough about what I'm missing to justify investing in fixing it? Right? By the time someone watched all 4, every objection is gone. They're not cold, they're not warm, they're fucking hot, right? If you guys know anything about YouTube, one of our clients actually, he told us every time he books a sales call from YouTube, his sales team literally starts celebrating because those leads are so warm. YouTube leads, absolutely the best, right? You know, when a hot lead books a call with JJ, they show up already sold. The call is just confirmation. And also, we serve 2 completely different ICPs by the same channel simultaneously. Like if you're in high ticket sales right now and maybe you're also doing sales management, B2C content can actually also work for your B2B in the sense where, you know, a potential offer owner that you might want to work with or who might want to work with you wants to watch your B2C content to see exactly how you train reps, to see if, you know, you actually give them good frameworks, if you don't just train them on bullshit, and if you're actually serious about it, right? And in the same way, B2B content, going back to the high ticket sales example, like B2C leads will watch that too as well. Like if you make a video on how I run my sales team or a case study video, B2C leads might watch that because they want to be better closers and they want to see it from a manager's perspective. That's what we saw with JJ's content. That's the opportunity. And we absolutely went for it, right? 2 completely different ICPs served by the same channel simultaneously. Origin story and, you know, the 1v10 pull-in closers wanting to improve. Mike Diamond interview pulls in founders and business owners with sales team. The psychology training closes, the psychology video, the bottom of funnel one, the one at the end, the 61-minute one, it closes both, right? 1 channel, 1 content strategy, but we're still serving 2 ICPs at the same time, like I explained earlier with the example. And also, we chose the formats on purpose, right, to serve the job, not, you know, just what JJ wanted to record or not what was easiest or not what we thought would work. You know, long-form podcast for the origin story, give it the credibility and depth the story reserves. Client interview for social proof, let Mike's results speak without JJ having to claim anything. Debate format for the 1v10 creates the authentic pressure that scripted content can't replicate. Long-form training for the bottom of funnel, the length itself is a proof of depth, right? All of this is thought out. It's not just, oh, I see a video idea, 10x outlier and vidIQ, let me just rip it. No, it's all thought out, right? And none of these formats were chosen because they were easy. They were chosen because they were right for the job. 160K a month didn't come from 4 good videos. It came from 4 videos that were each doing a specific job in a sequence that moved the viewer through an entire journey from stranger to book call. Take any one of those videos in isolation and it's a solid piece of content, but if you put them in a sequence, they become a sales funnel that books calls while JJ sleeps. Funny story, by the way. I was on a phone call with JJ once. I was asking him like, yo, how's the videos performing? How's everything going when we're filming the next video? And then literally on call, he's like, oh, 2 sales calls just came in from the 1v10 video. Like YouTube, once you fucking crack organic, and trust me, if you work with me, you will absolutely crack it. It's literally just leverage because all you do is post and these videos keep working for you literally forever. We still book calls from all of these videos to this day, right? And that's the difference between content and strategy. And that difference is exactly what produces exceptional results like this. So yeah. That is the breakdown, boys. Sorry, this was my first video, like Myra recording in like a month. So sorry if I sounded a bit disjointed, but yeah, dead channel for 3 months, 4 videos, 160K in April, 98K cash collected directly from YouTube, B2C alone. I didn't include the B2B revenue in this. Like I said here, the B2B revenue on top of that from Mike's interview is a separate story for another video. But at the end of the day, you know, the strategy isn't complicated. You don't need to put all of those different keywords in your description. You don't need to do 100 hours of competitor research. It's just deliberate, right? You need to be intentional. You need to take it a step further. Every video has a job. Every job serves a sequence. The sequence moves someone from stranger to book call. That's literally it. Now, if you want the full system, not just the what, but the exact how applied to your specific offer, your specific audience, who you are as a person, your specific channel, that's what I do, right? Completely done for you. Strategy, scripting, editing, posting, all of it. All you really need to do is just fucking film. And if you struggle with filming, we'll help you to it. Pretty fucking sick. That's the first link in the description. Book a call. We'll speak. If you're a fit, I will close you and I will make you a shit ton of money. If you're not, I mean, you're still gonna get a ton of value, right? And subscribe, because the next video on this channel is probably not gonna be the free course because I'm still working on it, but it will 100% be something valuable, something that'll help you make more money with not just YouTube, but also Instagram, because we do that as well and we're quite exceptional at it. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.